Okay, we're just waiting for a few viewers to be gathered so that we can start officially. Okay. Assalamu alaikum everyone and a very good evening. So it has been quite long and due to the pandemic we haven't been that active, but in recent days the application, the on-demand process to start higher study in UK, especially London South Bank University, has been in every mind. So here we are once again with Karan Issar, who has been working as the recruitment manager for the South Asian region. So I will not take any more time and add him up in the live. And you can all start leaving your questions in the comment sections, which Karan can cover and give you all the detailed informations that you want to know about the entry requirements of London South Bank University, the scholarship opportunities you will be getting. And since with the current pandemic situation, it's very difficult to get IELTS dates. So what could be the alternative methods of English language testing system South Bank University is accepting, and the CAS preparation, also the documentations, the deadline, as well as we would shed a bit of light on post-study work permit as well. So no further ado, here you go, Karan. Yes.
Hi, Taya. Well, thank you once again for inviting us. I think you rightly mentioned it's been quite some time. I've not engaged with your audience, so absolutely thrilled and looking forward to today's session.
Okay. So Karan, how busy you have been? What do you think? How crazy are the application process? I mean, we are overworked. We at this moment, even with a team of 17, 18 employees, I feel understaffed. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good problem to have, isn't it?
Yes, not complaining. Very much happy.
No, but I think yes, absolutely. I'm sure this is a peak time for all of us, and I also feel that as a result of what has happened last year, there are more students now who kind of postpone their plans to go to UK, and now looking at in a very, very serious way. There's a lot of positive news also coming from UK in terms of how well their vaccine process is going on, with PSW coming into picture, and so yeah, I think it's definitely a busy time, but at the same time, I think we also we like being busy, because at the end of the day, we're all working for for helping students achieve their dreams. So I think good to be busy.
Yeah, no complaints at all. Same here. Yeah. I'm curious, because when I started working with you first back in, we first worked in January 2020 session. If you remember, Nahian, Bijoy, Tania, Norshin, those were our initial. So compared to that, the number of application you got from Silat, and after 2 years later, what is the change? How drastic is the change in respect to London South Bank University?
Yeah, I think there has been a massive increase, I would say. We as a university we were always there in Bangladesh. I would say it's been almost almost 8+ years. Me, my predecessors, some of them were already working, but they're not looking into other markets. But I think, especially in the last 1.5 year, we've seen a massive change. Obviously, you are one of the major contributors in that. I
Thank
think,
you.
and it's another day, like I said, when there is where there is we want to kind of ensure that students meet the right kind of universities that match their choices. And I think with your fabulous team who's kind of counseling students so well, students also feel like they can see a connect there, and that works out really well. But yeah, I think applications have gone up. And it does get difficult at times to kind of manage. But yeah, I mean, I think we're trying our best.
Okay. All right. So, because of the COVID-19 situation, what are the changes? For example, what are the safety measures London South Bank University has initiated? I personally know because I'm connected with the students, the mental support and everything they're getting. So, but could you shed some further lights for the audience in here?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously, if we look at the current situation, things have kind of opened up now. But if I talk, since the last year, obviously, basic essentials like wearing a face covering on campus, washing, ensuring the students are kind of, we've got things placed in different areas within the campus wherein students are getting a chance to use sanitizers, washing their hands, maintaining a 2 meter distance. Thankfully, we've got a huge campus, and I think that it works really well because it's easy for students to enter from one place and then go through another way around. Which is essentially called following one-way systems, and safety signals are being put across the entire campus. We also had a safe zone app. If anybody was coming on campus or staying in the halls, they were using this app to help protect the campus and residents community. And testing is also available. We've also been offering COVID testing to all the students who are coming to on campus. And that is in fact started even now as well, starting the 17th of May. It's already in place. Even our staff members, I would say, even the staff members are being made to get their testing done every day. That's kind of also happening. Also, I think in terms of good change, a lot of, like, for example, people who are doing the recruitment job, if it's not needed for us to be on campus, then my colleagues are now working from home. So just trying to ensure that only those people are now on the campus who need to be on the campus. But otherwise, yeah, I think now life is a lot better there. Things are coming back. Everybody's kind of operating from campus. So a lot better now from what it was a year back.
Okay. All right. So how soon do you think you can, okay, we have nearly 50 audience. It's a good, so how soon do you think you can shift on campus, or how would the September session be actually? Is it going to be blended learning online, or even if it's blended, how are you, doing your best to cope up? Because with the red listed countries, the student cannot immediately fly. So it's going to be a lot for the universities to handle, I think.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. See, to be honest, at the moment, the university has not taken a final decision, but my understanding is that the university is all geared up to go on campus. We will go face to face. And I think majority of UK universities will be kind of going ahead with the same approach. I think the universities, academicians, everybody is missing kids now. Everybody has had enough of, teaching, virtually. And it's not that it was being pushed on students, but it was the reality that one had to make it work that way. And now I think academicians are geared up, universities, in fact the government at a broader scale is doing pretty much everything they can to ensure the students come back. I'm not sure if you're aware, but even with the Heathrow Airport, there's a separate terminal that has actually been created now for students from red list countries. So that's another. So I'm just trying to highlight is that government is trying to do everything they can to make sure that our students, even from the red list countries, do make it on time, and with the following the right kind of, the procedures and whatever rules and regulations they kind of set. But yeah, final decision has not been taken, but my understanding is that we will go face to face.
Okay, hoping for the best actually. I heard the first semester went well for majority of the student. I was talking to 𝗕𝗿𝗍𝗍 from MSc Marketing, if you remember, from last year offer holders
Yeah,
evening. So he
yeah,
had
yeah, yeah.
he gave really good feedback on his first semester. He's like, um, uh, the university team has been very supportive, and with the finance as well, they're being very considerate and everything with the COVID-19 situation. We'll come back to that later. So let's get started with. We have one question which we can cover, but let's see this one. Okay. So yes, nursing course for post graduation. Karan.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment we are not accepting kids for nursing, and it's otherwise also very late. It's very, very popular at
Yeah.
South Africa. It's too late for students to apply. Unfortunately, sorry, Nahi Nazneen. Uh,
So how soon a student has to be ready? Like 6 months,
they
eight
should start.
months?
Yeah, it should be quite early in the academic year. This is very, very late. Um,
Okay.
we've actually opened our new campus, which is called the Cradden campus. At the moment, nursing is otherwise also not open for international kids, but we are hoping in the coming years. This is the separate campus altogether that we've again opened, the Cradden campus. So maybe in the potential years we'll see some movement happening for students who are looking at nursing, because we keep getting a lot of queries from Bangladesh, from Nepal, for students who want to take up nursing. So maybe in potential
Okay.
future you might hear.
Okay, that's good to know. Acha. So I have a lot of assalamu alaikum, and people are waiting to come and visit. Yes, office is open from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. officially, but I am doing overtime. I stay up to 8 as well, so you can come and visit because it's the timing. You can't just leave when the clients are waiting. So I just want to know if the sound is clear to everyone or there has been any disruption, because I cannot really hear myself. So can anyone comment if the sound is all clear? Because we will start with the entry requirements, scholarship and everything. Karan will be covering all that. So could anyone just give a comment if the sound is all good or not? Okay. Yes, Mahbub, assalamu alaikum. So Mahbub would be joining us for September. Hopefully, he has already got his conditional offer letter. Now trying with the alternative, since he doesn't have enough time to prepare for IELTS. He would go for Duolingo or Oxford. Let's see which one. Okay, the sound is clear. So Karan, let's start with graduation, post-graduation and undergraduation and two requirements. Then we will go to alternative methods. Okay, yes.
Wonderful. Okay. Do you want me to talk about London South Bank, or do you want me to straight away jump to...
No. Just let's focus on London South Bank. Then later on we will talk about 2 years PSW. Let's see.
No. I was asking, do you want me to give a gist of what London South Bank is for somebody who's
Yeah.
not...
Start with sure.
Okay.
We have so many students waiting to know from you actually.
Well, you already know majority of them, so sometimes feel like, okay, am I even needed here? But anyways,
Yeah,
okay.
I do, but like they're excited. They're asking questions, giving you salam and everything.
Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead.
No, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Karan. I'm the Regional Recruitment Officer at London South Bank University. I've been working very, very closely with Ms. Taya and Mr. Amdad as well. So I've been working with London South Bank University for the last 2.5 years. I'm sure a lot of you have been, are looking at making one of the most important decisions, I would say, in your life around, where you should be going. And I'm sure that excitement, the thrill is there. At the end of the day, you're seeing things improving and you want to go and study in the UK. Absolutely on track. That motivation is there. It's just a little bit more time that's kind of needed. So talking about London South Bank University, I'm going to try and keep it very, very short. This is a public university. It is based out of Newington. We are in central London in Zone 1. For those who don't know how London is structured, it is essentially structured into 6 zones. Zone 1 is the central most zone. So all the famous places that you might have heard from your uncle, your aunts, your friends, like House of Parliament, the Tower of London, Leicester Square, Piccadilly Circus, Oxford Street, all these places are in Zone 1. So we are situated in a very, very prominent area. The university has been there since 1892. We have got more than 140, students from 140 countries, and this is very, very important for all of you. For all those who are looking at making a better future for yourself, please keep in mind that For you to be a better person, you need to be around people who are from different communities. The more you are around people from different communities, you will see a change in your outlook of life. There is going to be more creativity. It's going to lead to more innovation, and you will be a better person. Okay, so we have got the diversity that you would want, in a campus. If you want to be an international student, then you need to be international, right? You just don't want all Indians and Bangladeshis and Pakistanis around. You want kids from other countries as well, because that's what we are there for, So very, very cosmopolitan in nature. Key reasons why people go to London South Bank University. Number one, the most important one, according to at least me, and I'm not too aged, I'm still very, very young, and I can connect with you as a student. And I feel the most important thing is a job. If I was you, I would look for a university which is known for employability. End of the day, we all need to understand that why are we going abroad? Yes, our uncle went abroad, our cousins went abroad, yes, but why did they go abroad? For a better life, for a better living? But to have a better living, to have a better life, you need to earn some money, and for that you need a job. So end of the day, majority of us, I'm not saying for everyone, but for a good section, we want a good job. That's the reason we want to go and study at a decent university from where we can end up getting a job. So this university is known for employability. We are the only university who has been awarded University of the Year for graduate employment 2 years in a row. The average salary of a student is again 4th best in the country. The reason why this becomes even more important today is because I'm sure, look around, pick up any country, look at how badly they are struggling. At this point in time, the best thing that we can do is possibly stick to an organization or a university who has been known for employability, somebody who has got a track record, a good track record of helping students get, and work with some of the best companies and organizations in the world. So employability for me becomes very important, because you need to understand this is your parents' hard-earned money. It's not a small amount. This is being converted into pounds. This is not Bangladeshi taka. So any money that imagine, how much time it must have taken for them to accumulate that amount that you need today, and it's just going to go in seconds, right? So for you, it's very, very important that you understand which university is going to help me get my return quickly. That's a good decision that anybody has to make. So that's the first advantage, I would say, which is employability. The second thing, for a lot of us, obviously coming from South Asia, budget becomes very, very important. That we are always looking out for, that's probably our way of supporting our family. That okay, we look out for a budgeted university. And LSBU understands that really well. They understand that, end of the day, we are a modern university, okay? We are not a traditional research university. We are a modern university who's trying to ensure that we can help more and more kids by imparting them good quality education. So our fees is very, very nominal, and I'm going to come to that slightly later. In addition to that, the next thing that comes is scholarship. Every student wants a scholarship. You might have good grades, you might not have good grades, but I don't know. This is something that's very, very close to every student, that they get a good feeling. When they say I've managed to get a scholarship, you feel
yeah, even if it's like 1,500, they're like so proud. I mean, they should be. I would be.
It's fair, absolutely. So we as a university offer generous scholarships to students, which I'm again going to cover. The next thing is that, obviously, as I mentioned, we are in central London. That in itself is an added advantage. I think it helps you at every level. We working as a part-time job, looking for internships, looking for just the surrounding area and just roaming around places, looking for a job. From all angles, the location becomes so important for you. Then, last but not the least, I would say is the location. Is the campus. 90% students that I meet, in different regions, I get to see that they're never showing too much interest in the campus, and I don't know why is that. End of the day, you're spending your next 3 years, or you're probably spending your next 1 year in a, like, this is home to you, right? You're leaving your home, but you're going away to a different place, and that should also be home. You should get that feeling, and that feeling will come when you enjoy a campus life. Why would you compromise on going to any branch campus? We have got our own campus. This is the main university. It's not a branch campus. We've got more than 13 cafes at the university. So don't you want to be at a place wherein you can enjoy the campus life as well? You're still a kid. You are a grown up, but you still want to enjoy that life. And this is probably the last time that you will be enjoying a life of a student. After that, you enter the corporate world, and you know how life is when you enter the corporate world, isn't it? So the campus life that you want, you get it at London South Bank University. Now, I think coming to the entry requirements very quickly. So, our entry requirements for undergrad is currently sitting at 3.8, and for postgrad we're sitting at 2.5. Okay.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
That was a challenge for us. Remember, Karan?
No, absolutely. Same for us as well. So we've obviously taken the feedback coming from some of our most prestigious partners, and we've tried to bring life to it now, and it's becoming more easy for more and more students to kind of apply. So thanks for helping us with the feedback. So this I would say is the perfect opportunity for any student who is looking for Learn in South Bank, because I'm again sharing on this platform. Last year our entry requirement was 4.5 for undergrad and 2.8 for postgrad. So you can see there's a huge difference from what it was to what it is. And the next thing is scholarships now. We offer two kinds of scholarships. There's an international scholarship and there is a merit scholarship. The international scholarship is worth £1,500. The merit scholarship is worth 3,000 at undergrad and 4,000 at postgrad. There are huge advantages about our scholarships. Number one, there is no additional process for applying for a scholarship. We will not waste any time. We will give you as a student all the convenience. You simply make an application. Once your result is out, it will tell you whether you got a scholarship or not. Okay, so you don't need to write extra questions, 10-page answers as to why you should get this scholarship and all that. You don't need to do that. It's a very, very simple, handy process. Number two, we also ensure that every student gets a minimum scholarship. It's a minimum guaranteed scholarship to every student, which becomes 1,500. So 1,500 is the minimum scholarship that you will get. Anywhere you go, you are going to get that if you're coming to LSB. The only exception to that is if you manage to get a merit scholarship. In case you get a merit scholarship, then you will not get an international scholarship, but otherwise 100% your international scholarship is confirmed. So now the next question comes is, what do I need to score to get a merit scholarship? So international scholarship basically means you've got an unconditional offer letter, you met all the conditions, you are eligible for an international scholarship. For merit scholarship at undergrad, you would need a 4.5, which was again the entry requirement last year. This year it's the merit requirement. And for postgrad, you would need a 2.8, which was again the entry requirement last year. So again, if you think of it now, you will not find a university who is offering you a £4,000 scholarship at postgrad at 2.8 in central London. There's no chance. In addition to that, especially for undergrad kids, this is the major, I would say, the biggest advantage. Whichever scholarship you get, irrespective whether you've got a merit score or not, you will continue to get that scholarship each year that you study at the university. So imagine, if you have got an unconditional offer letter with an international scholarship, you are helping your family by saving £4,500 over 3 years. Similarly, for students with a merit scholarship, you're helping your family save £9,000 over 3 years. That 9,000 can actually be used for a Euro trip. So, and again, as I said, you're getting that convenience. There's convenience. It's a very clear communication. It's not something which is hidden. Simple. You meet the condition. You've got the entry requirements that I've shared with you. You will be eligible for that scholarship. You don't even need to wait for an answer. You know you will get it. And in addition to that, in fact, I should also mention, any student who is also looking for, who says, I'm willing to make 100% payment, for first year, they get an additional 5% discount as well. If you're willing to make the entire payment, that also becomes in addition to what you're already getting in terms of scholarship.
So in respect to that, for example, someone got a merit scholarship of 4,000, okay, in post-graduation, and he's willing to make the full installment, like full payment in one installment.
Yes.
So he's gonna get with the 4,000 another 5% addition. Is it something like that?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
So our fees is very, very nominal. Our fees is 14,900. It's pretty much same for all the courses. So if you get 4,900, so bare minimum, if you're even getting an international scholarship, you can actually say that your fees is 13,400. Because nobody's going to pay 4,900. You will always be getting an international scholarship as long as you get an unconditional offer letter. In cases of merit scholarship, an unconditional offer holder will get, if a £3,000 scholarship, merit scholarship, then his fee comes down to 11,900, and for a postgrad, it comes down to 10,900. And 10,900 for a PG in London, it's very hard to find. you will just not get it.
Yeah, we received one offer today, and like that student is like very very aesthetic about it. Like it's only 10,000.
I always mention, see, I mean, scholarships, fees, I know it's important, but not at the cost of compromising on employability. For me, these things, I can understand. If I would have been 10 years back, I would also think the same way, like any student is thinking that, I will go for a university that is offering more scholarship. No, I'm saying go for a university that is first offering you the best employability rate, because this is more important. End of the day, 12 months down the line, if you don't get a job, then that is not going to be a good feeling in comparison to you saving £3,000. And that is the reason I keep saying that for us, what is more important is that please ensure that your parents' money, this is the only thing that probably you should think, because your parents are giving you the money. All you need to do is get in touch with the right partner in form of Skylark, and get information from their counselors that employability is important. Because it's a very simple thing. If you think of it, on one side, there is a student who says, what, I'm going to X university, they're offering me, let's say, £7,000 of scholarship or 50% scholarship. Great. On the other hand, there is a student who's actually going to a university who's not only offering scholarship, but they're actually known for employability. 12 months down the line, I'm sure I know who's going to be much more in a much more positive kind of frame of mind, because end of the day, you are all working for a job. So
exactly, that's the whole goal of that balancing.
Absolutely. So I think that's the reason I keep telling that LSBU is actually a very, very good fit for any student who says, what, I want a job first. Number two, I want to also ensure that I find a university that is, helping me with the budget constraint that I also have. But at the same time, I don't want to miss out on a college life. I want to still enjoy a campus life, and I want to also be in London. A lot of people look at London in a different way. Some people sell it in the form of it's very expensive. Yes, it's expensive, but what's the whole point of going to UK if you don't get that exposure? Like, if you don't want exposure, then why are you even going to UK? Why, like, simple thing. My question is, why do people from small villages come to towns and cities? Because they want that exposure. So why would you go to a place and say, what, I don't want to go to that place because it's expensive? It's expensive, but if you think of it in a strategic way, as I've said, you are in central London. You are at a place from where you don't have to spend so much money traveling from one place to other. You're already in a very central location. So I think all these advantages kind of play very, very well.
Exactly. The good part, since I'm in contact with all of my students that I have been sending, it's been over like 2 years of sending the January 2020 student. I'm still in touch with them, and it feels really great when after 2 months they're like, ma'am, I'm always working. I have only 5 minutes to talk to you. They're sending more students. They're referring like, I will be getting a break in 10-20 minutes. Please give me 5 minutes. I was like, okay, I don't have any problem giving you 5 minutes, because the fact that you're already working makes me feel so good.
Absolutely.
Okay. All of them are. So it's really good. I'm starting from the January session student, all of them are already employed. No matter wherever they're working, they're working. So that's the best part of it. Okay. And we have a lot of questions. Yeah, go ahead, Karan. I'll just
I was just saying that we as a university are known for employability, and I will not say that. I'm not saying that every student lands up getting into the best companies. I'm not saying that. But my whole point is, an international student getting a job, I think it's a success in itself. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy.
Amidst a pandemic.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm saying.
When there's the crisis of job.
Yeah, and see, I think any international kid who manages to get a job, it's a win. The pride, the joy that one has is over. It's far beyond, and I think it's important that students also understand that when you go out, every company is good in that sense, because there is always going to be some exposure and the learning. There will be huge learning curve for our kids, our international students, because we are all used to a certain different kind of a environment, and to go outside and to win amongst 10 other international students, or maybe even the domestic kids, to land up with a job. I think that's an amazing feeling, and I'm sure you especially for you and your counselors, it's more like a motherly feeling that you feel so proud that my kids have actually ended up getting a good job. So yeah, heartiest congratulations.
Thank you. Okay, so this one question, this person is very worried about the deadline, I guess. So could you help him out? Mahid Khan asks, when will the September session deadline end? Okay, they haven't set a deadline yet.
Yes, hi, Mahit. Thanks for your question. See, at the moment we don't have the deadlines out, but my understanding is, I'm talking from last year's experience, is that our application deadline is going to be roughly maybe end of July, and the deposit deadlines are again going to be somewhere around that only. This is from last year's experience. The information is still not out yet. We're still waiting for the final deadlines from the university. But my suggestion to all of you is, please don't wait for deadlines. And I'm going to give you a very logical answer to this. Everybody knows, like Taya mentioned in the very beginning, that at the moment there is so much increase in the number of applications, and this is not only us. I'm sure there are so many other universities where students are going. So there is so much increase in the application, in the interest level. You can imagine there is going to be so much rush outside the visa office as well. So for you to end up getting an appointment in time for you to actually land up at the university, it could actually be very difficult. So don't waste time. End of the day, you have to go, if not today, tomorrow. Please complete your process and then probably take a decision towards the end whether you want to pick up September or January. But do not delay the process. Don't wait for the deadlines. Deadlines are for those who don't have an idea. You know what you want to do. So let's just go ahead.
Exactly. Once you have, like, for example, some students, their university is closed, they cannot collect the reference. So what we are doing, we're taking whatever documents they're giving, and we're going for a conditional offer letter. In that way, we will have a seat for them, and they have time in 2 weeks to 20 days, whatever in their hand, to meet the requirements. Okay. We have loads of questions, Karan. Okay, so this is Tamina. She's gonna be one of your future students she's currently taking preparation for OIETC. So yes, so she said hello.
Hi, Tamina.
Yeah, and for her, it's really an informative session because she is mostly from Dhaka. She hasn't been that around in Sylhet, and she finally came to Skylark. Now studying.
I'm in Delhi, so it's perfectly fine.
Okay. All right. So we covered the deadline. There is one question in Bangla. I'll translate that for you. IELTS reading. So if anyone gets IELTS, it's actually not for you. It's on campus CEG, because that's what LSBU Foundation is mostly authorized in. So he's asking, if he gets a 4-point in reading of his IELTS, can he go to London South Bank University's foundation?
Absolutely. Okay, I have to get that checked. I'm not very clear on that, but we can definitely connect you to the right
on-campus.
Yes, the on-campus team. Yeah.
Okay. But it would be, so we made applications with 4 holders last year, and yes, the application is pretty possible. So we just have to be well prepared for the interview session. We did send a few students to Cambridge Education Group for London South Bank University. They're almost done with their foundation. They will start the main course in September maybe. So with for Muhammad Onik, we can apply. But yeah. So what's the next question? This course, I guess, in demand. Tourism and hospitality. Like career opportunity, job demand in UK with this subject. Job demand. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And see, let's try and break down this information. Let's look at London first, for example. Why do people go there? There's so much travel, there's so much tourism that's happening. That in itself is an answer to your question: what's the opportunity and the demand? A lot of international students who actually end up going to UK, I think the part-time jobs that they're doing, they're either doing it in the hospitality sector, or they are kind of working in the retail, or they're doing something with tourism. So obviously the demand for that kind of a career is always there, and that's the reason why actually these courses are made. There are all reasons behind why a course kind of gets made. This course is obviously, I feel it's a very good course. It's a very practical oriented course, because I remember speaking to the course director, and he said it's not purely exam based as a course. It involves a lot of projects, and that projects also involves taking you out to small cities in the UK, which is obviously at no additional cost. So I'm just making this up, but it could be something like students are taken to a small town or a city, and they will say, you know what, spend a day in this place, try and learn more about this place, and think of what are other ways of actually promoting this place. And whichever, you will obviously work on these projects, and whosoever comes up with a good idea, that actually gets presented. to the departments. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a very, very popular course, and I think it gives a good mix of both tourism and hospitality, which is difficult to find otherwise.
Okay. This next question, hospitality management and nature management. Yes, LSB does offer,
Yes.
but Karan will be giving the detail. I'll talk about the alternative to IELTS. Now, you actually, for LSB, we do not accept a medium of instruction. So you have to have at least one kind of English language system. Initially, it was just IELTS. Last year, LSBU started accepting Duolingo. This year, we have Oxford institutions OIETC exam, which you will find in detail information if you come to Skylark. Other than that, we may actually do a free workshop. Let's see. It's crazy in here, but on demand we have to actually, because students are like, what is it? It's way too many queries, so we may cover a few.
You wanted the exam. You wanted the exam. You've given you the exam. Now you handle it.
Yeah, don't worry about the students. Yes, thank you so much. I mean, it's really helpful, Karan. Thank you for pulling this off so quickly and efficiently. Okay, yes, hospitality management and HR management. I don't know whether he's actually talking about undergraduation or post-graduation, but take your time and explain both.
Yes, I mean, see, I'll just talk about HR management. If you're looking for something at bachelor's, we obviously have got a BA business management course that come with human resource marketing or basic HR. If you're looking for that, at masters, obviously we've got more options. If you're looking for MSc IBM, which is MSc International Business Management with human resource management, that especially I would say more for people who already have a good amount of experience, or even if you don't have experience, somebody who wants to get a wider perspective of human resource management in the context of international. Or we've also got an option of MSc International Human Resource Management. So that's another option that students have at LSB. But yeah, I mean, I think generally I've seen students taking up MSc International Business Management with HRM. This is for those who also want to keep, like, it's more like, it's more like you also get a business sense, but at the same time you want to slightly learn more on how human resource management works. And if you want to do purely human resource management, then I would say take simply an MSc International Human Resource Management. A good example is, let's say I've done my bachelor's in HRM. I've done a bachelor's in HRM, and I say, you know what, I'm actually bored of HRM. I still want to keep it, but I want to learn about international business in the wider context. So I would prefer taking an international business management with HRM. Whereas, let's say I've done an HRM course and I feel, and I've let's say worked for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years as an HR professional, and I feel, you know what, I think I should do a master's in this. I really like talking to people, really helping, connecting people to the right kind of jobs. So in that case, I'll probably pick up MSc International Human Resource Management, because you're going deep, into that kind of a course. I hope this kind of helps you with the information that you're looking for.
Hussain Ahmed, sir, if you need any more information, please, we are open 6 days a week. Call us, visit us. We'll be enlightening you, giving you more information, giving you the correct guideline. Okay, there are students shouting about OIETC with caps locks. Okay, alternative to IELTS exam. Yes, go.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got multiple options. In fact, I would say, in comparison to the IELTS exam. So we've got the TOEFL Home Edition, we've got IELTS Indicator, the popular one, we've got Duolingo, and we've got recently the new one is the Oxford International Test. So for Duolingo, if anybody's looking at an undergrad level, you need 110 with minimum 85. Anybody looking at postgrad, you need a 120 with minimum 85. I keep getting these questions from people again and again. So please, it's already updated on our website. We are accepting these tests, so you should not worry at all. Number two, talking about the Oxford International Test. Yeah, that's a new test that we just recently started accepting. So for students who are looking at undergrad, you need a B2 with B2 plus, with B2 in each band at undergrad. And for students who are looking at masters, you need a C1 with B2 plus in each band.
Okay, and for any further information, I will leave a few detailed information. We will be doing a seminar or free workshop next week. we'll go for 3 consecutive workshop maybe. Okay. Tuition fee for masters or honors, that is the bachelor's, is same. It doesn't really depend on the subject choice. So Karan, if you can give a recap, because there are a lot of students, like postgraduate tuition fees without the scholarship and the undergraduate scholarship without the scholarship fees.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, talking about our course fee with the scholarship information. So our course fee for majority of the courses is 14,900. We offer 2 kinds of scholarships to students. There's an international scholarship and there is a merit scholarship. The international scholarship is worth £1,500, and the merit scholarship is worth £3,000 at undergrad and £4,000 at postgrad. International scholarship is essentially offered to every student who gets an unconditional offer letter. So as long as you're getting an unconditional offer letter, which means you're fulfilling all the conditions, you will always get an international scholarship. So your fees automatically get reduced down from 14,900 to 13,400. For students who manage to get a merit scholarship, in those cases, the students will get £3,000. So your fee automatically gets reduced down to 11,900 and 10,900 at postgrad. For merit scholarship, your entry requirement automatically becomes. Let me talk about entry requirements clearly. So our entry requirement is 3.8 for undergrad to get an international scholarship, and if you want a merit scholarship at undergrad, you need a 4.5. Coming to postgrad, our entry requirement is 2.5, and to get a merit scholarship worth £4,000, you need a 2.8. Important things to remember. Number one, you will not get both these scholarships. This is the only unfortunate thing I would say. You get either of those, but again, the university is very, very generous. For undergrad students, whichever scholarship you will get it every year that you study at the university. It's not only for the first year. So 4,500 is what you save if you get an international scholarship over 3 years, and you save £9,000 over 3 years if you get a merit scholarship. Third thing, there is no extra step for this. It's a simple process. You just apply via Skylark. That's it. That's the only thing that you need to do, and they will help you get that scholarship. Number 4, for any kind of scholarships that we offer, it helps you save a lot of money, which can always be used to learn something else. Maybe let's say if you want to travel, you can use that. If not, you want to learn something, you can always use that money. It gives you so much convenience. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a perfect opportunity, I would say, for students to make use of the opportunity that they're getting right now with LSBU. Because if you think of it, let's say if I talk about postgrad, because we see a lot of postgrad applications coming in. It is very, very hard at the moment to find any university in central London having its own campus who's offering you a postgrad scholarship of £4,000, without any extra step, and your fees is coming around 10,900. It's very, very hard to find. And we're right in central London in Zone 1 with high employability. So, yeah.
Okay. Once again about the deadline. So Mr. Mahid Khan, what I would suggest, since you are applying for your IELTS, so you are sitting for IELTS on 24th of July, it's going to be too late for a brand new application. So we would suggest go for a conditional offer as soon as possible. Come visit our office, submit your documents, we'll make the conditional offer. So what you could do is you can meet the condition if there is a deadline anytime sooner than your IELTS result coming out, which will come out on August 9th or 10th, I presume. You can fulfill the condition with Duolingo or OIETC. If you want it cheaper, I would suggest you Duolingo test. And then once you have your IELTS, you can upgrade to placement as well if you are required. So IELTS is fine, but 24th July would be, after 24th July would be too late to catch the September session. Right, Karan?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think would suggest to kind of take up any additional online English test that we are kind of offering, and Skylark obviously will be able to help you prepare for those exams as well.
Exactly. Okay, thank you very much. And Mahid, if you have any question, you can just message our page. Okay, this is one major question. Would there be, what about the precast interview process, Karan? When do you think it will begin, if it begins, or what kind of students would be sitting for, and if there is any, like last year, it would be waived. So what's the current situation?
Yeah, I mean, we're still waiting for our CAS team to kind of do the final checks. Hopefully, I think by next week we should get clarity on how soon this can be started. My understanding is that most likely, I think you will see the process starting this month itself. Final dates, as I'm again saying, have not come out, but my understanding is that it should start this month. We haven't heard on whether they will be taking a interview or not. Last year we did not. But I will
we
again
did
say,
with the master student. We did with
we stopped. Yeah, and then we kind of stopped in between because we thought it's going to take way too much of time, and we wanted to kind of help kids as well. See, it's end of the day. I would again say you should not be looking at these interviews like interviews. It's more of a discussion wherein they're just trying to understand the student. You need to think that you've already got what it needs to be at LSBU. You met the conditions. You got an unconditional offer letter, so you should not feel worried. It's more of a discussion where the person on the other hand is trying to understand who you are, and just a casual chat for about 8 to 10 minutes. Even if the interview happens, it's a very simple, light-hearted interview. It's more of a casual discussion that's happening between two people.
And even with that, we'll train you. Don't worry.
Absolutely, yeah. The team is there. You can already see they've got a huge success with the applications that they've sent in the past. So absolutely, I think Saad, you should not. I don't know, it's sad man or whatever. You don't need to worry.
I think it's Sadman.
Sadman. Okay, amazing. So yeah, you're going to make sure that you get it.
Oh, there's another. He had another issues like cash deposit. So it's 3,500.
Yes, so our minimum deposit is £3,500. So if I try and break it for all of the students who are currently in this session, you pay the minimum deposit. So for example, let's say I'm a student who's got international scholarship worth £1,500. So my fee comes down to 13,400. So let's say I've paid 3,500 as my cash deposit. So 13,000, 400 minus 3,500, you're left with 9,900 is what is left now. University wants the students to pay 50% of their fees by the time of enrollment. When I say 50% of the fee, that basically means that your fees after scholarship was 13,400. 50% of 13,400 is 6,750. Out of 6,750, you have already paid 3,500, which is your minimum cash deposit. So whatever balance you're left with, which I think should be 2,750 if I'm not wrong, is what you need to pay before the enrollment, which happens sometimes in the month of September. Okay, and the balance 50% that is left is then again broken down into two installments. Once you're probably going to pay towards December, and the other one is going to be towards the end of last semester.
April.
Yeah.
Okay. So about the undergraduation scholarship, I think I myself have a bit of confusion, because let's say anyone got 3,000 merit scholarship, okay, because we have a few students who have similar cases. They're worried about whether the scholarship would be continued in the second year and the final year. Okay, so someone got a scholarship of, okay, so does it become like automatically continue? What if someone does bad result? What happens then? I'm hoping that will happen.
You just need to pass. That's it. Nothing else. Okay. You need to just pass in your exams. As long as you're passing in exams, you will never face a problem of not getting a scholarship. And more importantly, I can say this from my experience, because we obviously work very closely with the students who are currently at the university. Bangladeshi kids have been doing phenomenally well at the university. We do get a chance to meet our course directors and learn more about how things are happening in class, and they've said that Bangladeshis have always been doing well. If I talk about it, our last vice president was a Bangladeshi. Our current vice president is a Bangladeshi. Vice president of academics. Then there's a vice president of, I think, welfare. She's also a Bangladeshi. So these kids are already doing well, and I think otherwise also, if I have to put a claim, kind of South Asians generally end up doing very, very well, because we're always hardworking. That's the way we've always been preconditioned. So I've not seen a case wherein a student would not pass an exam. That does not happen.
Okay, that's I got it. Okay, so Karan, another of our student has a bit of concern because I didn't I kind of forgot to inform him like the four merit scholarship is 4.50, so he ended up getting a 1500 scholarship. He's going with a placement, so he's currently worried about the extra 1500. So how much confidence can you give him that in his placement year he can actually cover the extra amount so that he doesn't have to
So,
stress out,
are
with
you are
financial.
you referring, are you referring to the extra 1035 that the student is paying for placement?
No, not the. I'm saying that the student got 1500 scholarship, okay, and that would be carried. He was expecting a 3000, which didn't happen. So, do you think this extra burden that, according to his expectation, he can cover that in placement by working?
Yeah. Okay, so see, there are few things that one need to look at. There is one way that we feel bad about it. The good way is that we feel good about the fact that here I am, I'm going on a journey where I'm trying to learn. You're not a business person right now, so don't think that you've lost something. You haven't lost. What you are going for is to learn, gain knowledge, and you would look at this more as as a way of how do I put it? Maybe a way of just from the university, just kind of acknowledging the fact that you being an international student, we're trying to help and support you. Whatever you've got. The biggest advantage that you're getting is that you have managed to make, or you have been helped by taking the right decision of entering the right university. As I've said again and again, I said this in the very beginning as well. Please revisit your decision. Why are you going abroad? Are you going abroad to an institution where you just want to study? Are you going abroad to an institution which has your friends? No, you are going abroad because eventually majority of us wants to work in good companies, learn some of the best practices, and then maybe you want to come back, you want to stay, work even harder. That's there, but the ultimate goal, don't look at this is not like a sprint. It's not a sprint. It's like a marathon that you are running right now. Don't look at the short term goal that you're getting I haven't got. Think on the other end that you still have got something. There are people who actually not even managed to enter the university, who could not even get an admission. You still managed to get something, so have that gratitude, feel good about it. We want you to come with happy faces. We don't want you to feel bad that you haven't got, but I don't think this should be a problem. And more importantly, because you mentioned about placement, I'll give you a small idea about our employability. You might be thinking that I'm just talking again and again about employability, but I think it's important that students now understand that if Karan is saying that employability is important, and then I've talked about LSBU is known for employability, I should also give you a bit of flavor about how we are helping and supporting students with employability. Or in other words, why is it that we are so popular for employability? What magic is happening behind the doors? So we've got 4 teams who handles the employability aspect at London South Bank University. The first team, their job is more like making calls to multiple companies, trying to find out where there are job opportunities, trying to connect those job opportunities with the right kind of students through multiple platforms, and helping arrange these interviews. Number 2, there is a team which is involved in organizing a lot of job fairs for students either on campus or virtually. Okay, so that's again an amazing opportunity for students to learn about some of the prospective employers, try and meet or e-meet those employees who are working in some of the organizations that you always wanted to work, and learn more about those companies and try and develop a connection with them, which can eventually help you find a job or in fact even an internship. Number 3, there is a team which is involved in helping doing a bit of research, and this I think applies more to undergrad, because we have seen that things have been changing at such a rapid pace that you actually study something, and in a year's time it actually becomes obsolete. So it's important that there is a team that helps you also figure out what more you can do to make your profile become much more relevant. What small projects that can be done to make your to grow your profile, to make it look much more stronger in front of an employer. And last but not the least, which I would say is probably the main one, we've got a team which is called Career Gym. Like the way we see students going to gym either to put on muscles or to reduce weight. Similarly, we've got a career gym where students go and there is a team who would look at their profile. They would tell them what are some of the strengths that they have, some of the areas that we need to work on collectively, to make your profile again look much more stronger. How to present in an interview, what is the best way of answering a question. So basically tips, tricks, to make you much more job ready, so that by the time you enter an interview, you're all set and ready to get a job. So again, as I've said, employability is a strong, is the most important strength of LSBU, and there's a huge, investment that goes into building those connections. And also, we've seen with Bangladesh as a market, there's a huge number of applications that actually comes for the business school. Something that's also important in the context of employability, our business school is actually the only school at LSBU which get extra support with employability, because we've got so many students that we need to employ extra people to make sure that our students end up getting either an internship or a job that they're looking for. And as I've said, we are not a Russell Group university, but we're still, we are the only university so far who has managed to get University of the Year for graduate employment 2 years in a row. That in itself is a very, very proud achievement, and also our average salary is 4th best in the country. So that all these things in itself is a good testament of the fact that you are not making a wrong choice. You're making a right choice by entering a university which is primarily first known for employability, and then we look at other options. Taya, I think you are on mute if I'm not wrong. I can't hear you.
Yeah. Sorry about that. So Asan has a pretty much same question. So Karan already covered it. All you have to do is pass in order to continue your scholarship to further semesters, further year. Other than that, the entire LSBU team is quite supportive towards managing your placement and internship. And even once you complete your graduation, if you are doing good, they will help you out in order to find a job. Because there's career clubs, I've heard, there are open days for job application. So I'm pretty sure the entire LSBU would be helping you out so that you don't struggle if you're passing really well. So make sure you get your goal towards completing your graduation quite well, right? Yeah,
absolutely.
So all Karan said is just continue passing. And so far, do you have any failing case who failed so far?
I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't heard of any. Nobody has reached out to me. And as I've said, I mean, the average response that I've heard from course directors, especially with the business school, is that our Bangladeshi kids are doing really well. So I don't see a reason, and I'm not. As I've said, I feel that maybe for us South Asians, we probably have always learned the hard way, and you will find it out there that we've actually learned things that did not even require. That was not even needed. Out there, the only big difference that I feel is that the way the education happens is slightly different from how we have been taught. That's the slight change that one needs to get used to, and that's the reason for the beginning when you start. You've got an open door policy. We can actually, you've got a person attached to you who's going to help you with everything and anything that you need, so that you get comfortable first. You've got those kind of tutors, I would say, who are there to help students in the beginning. And plus, we've also got our own student center. And as I've said, our VP education is from Bangladesh, so I don't see a reason for you guys to be worried even for a second. You already have one of your own.
Yes. Karan, he himself has been an international student, and wherever you are seeing him today sitting and talking to you from all this confidence, he struggled his way throughout as well. So I'm pretty sure you can utilize his experience, his skill, and the dedication Karan Issar had in order to reach wherever he has finally reached in here. And wishing you all the very best. You would go higher and higher, and you would take us with you, Karan.
No, absolutely. And see, one very, very important thing, I think, in the context of employability alone, all of us, just think about it for a second. Because I've mentioned about this fact that our average salaries of students who are passing out is wonderful. See, always remember your first salary will decide your next salary. The very first salary that you get, if you start your first job with 10,000 taka, your next job can never be 50,000 taka. It will always be an appraisal, a 10% appraisal or a 5% appraisal, or let's say a 20 or 30% appraisal on your first salary. So you start with 10K, in Bangladeshi taka, for example. The next salary, even if you get a 20% hike, it's still going to be 12K. It's never going to be 30K or 40K. So it's important that you are also at an institution whose average salary, the starting salary is good. Otherwise, you will probably spend 5 years to reach where somebody who was already working at LSBU end up getting. Because you will not see in the UK that you will get 30% hike. You don't get it that way. It's really tough there. So it's important that you also acknowledge the fact that I also want to go to an institution whose starting salary is also decent enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's we'll be wrapping up in 5 minutes, I guess. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Karan? I think we covered all the points. You have shed light on the employability, the opportunities students are getting, and the help and support London South Bank University has been getting. So I think this particular question came up because other few universities, I'm not going to mention the name, a few of the universities did increase their tuition fee for this session by 1,500 or 2,000. So do you think that LSBU has any plan to increase or bring any changes, which I have not seen in last 2 years? I'm hoping it would not.
I mean, see, these are obviously all business decisions, the higher authorities take. But yeah, I've not seen a huge change, and I'll be honest, even if the universities sometimes look at increasing their fees, there could be a genuine reason behind it. End of the day, everybody's trying to make things work. But yeah, I mean, I've not heard of anything. I think what we as a unit wants to ensure that our scholarships don't go anywhere. I think we want to still ensure that our students get the scholarships continuously, and that's important. Also, one thing I was just wondering, maybe because we get a lot of applications from students for business school, I wanted to probably spend 2 minutes just giving everybody an idea of our business school. Yeah. So the first thing I think our business school is actually the only school at LSBU who has its own separate building. We've got a fabulous big newly refurbished building that has very recently opened up. Number two, so it looks like swanky and all. Students kind of like going to the business school. Number two advantage: business school is the only school that gets extra support with employability. Other schools do, but there is no other school at the university who gets that extra support. Number three, I think for students who are taking up business schools in any university, I've not seen students asking, why should I actually go to your business school and not somebody else? We are always looking at the bigger name, the university name, and we never dwell too much upon which course is popular, or are you actually popular for business or not. We as a university have been always been very, very popular for our business school. The courses that we are offering, we are ranked number 1 for accounting and finance, business management, marketing as well. So the school is again very, very popular in that context. Also, what we as a university ensure that anybody is joining business school, they get extra support with learning any foreign language. So you want to learn French, you want to pick up German, you want to take up Spanish, you want to take up Mandarin. It's all available at no additional cost. You can learn at the university. Okay. Another important thing, I think, end of the day, when it comes to getting knowledge about business, it all happens through practical experience. The exposure. If you don't get the exposure, you will take much more time than maybe somebody who's actually got that exposure. And exposure while you're studying also comes in the form of participating in competitions. So we as a university ensure that our students are participating in various kinds of competitions, be it the university business school competition, or it's the hackathons happening, or the simulation games, making students prepare for business ideas, time-based activities, working in a cross-cultural environment, and all these things play a very, very important role. Also, in addition to that, especially for students who are taking up either accountancy or statistics, economics, having a grip on softwares becomes very, very important. So we ensure that our students right from day one are being made to work on softwares like SPSS, Sage, Fame, and Vivo. We've also got a Bloomberg lab for students, which is again an amazing way for students to learn more about a live stock market through a lot of simulation game exercises that we'll be using. So yeah, all in all, I think a fabulous school within the 7 schools that we have at the university. And maybe one last thing, I think it's worth kind of mentioning. I'm sure a lot of students might have this question that we wanted to go to LSBU. We know it's a good university, but we wanted MOI. I think and this is more of a personal response. This is not me as a rep saying. This is me as an individual saying. I think you already know the answer. You're looking at just think of it. End of the day, you're going to be competing with kids whose probably mother tongue is English, or you're going to be talking with students who have actually given an IELTS exam or an Oxford test or a Duolingo. They've worked on their English. If we are compromising on our English right now, how will that help us? How will you become a better person? How will you end up getting a job? How will you even find an internship? How will you actually, how will you even feel confident talking to people? There are so many reasons that I can put it out. So my suggestion and my request, I would say, put it this way, maybe my request to all the students is that there is a huge like I would say cost involved, and more importantly, time is at stake. It's your life, and all of us, maybe we want the best for you, and my suggestion is, please don't compromise. If given a chance, please give these tests, because end of the day, these tests are only, more importantly, helping you get an idea where you currently stand and what more can be done, and what more I should be doing to make my English probably look slightly better. Because the more the time you spend on improving your language skills now, you will feel much more comfortable when you actually go abroad. If you don't work now, you will struggle outside. It's not going to be easy. Just think about it. How will you even talk to somebody? How will you even understand your course? When there's a lecture happening, you will not feel confident. So my suggestion to all of you is, you've got a fabulous. You should feel good about the fact that you are currently in South Asia, where our parents do everything they can to help us support with our studies. Because if you go on the Western world, you actually have to take a student loan. It's not the parents who are going to sponsor you. So right now you have got that privilege. Don't exploit it. You're getting that access. Use that access and use it to a better cause. And please prepare for these exams. You already have Ms. Aya, who's kind of known for preparing students for any kind of English exams that come her way, and she's got a track record, sending kids to multiple universities with good success in IELTS and other tests as well. So use her. She's there for you, and I wish everyone the best of luck, irrespective of where they go. I think, as I said, end of the day, all of us want the best for students.
Okay. Thank you very much, Karan. So we will wrap up tonight. If anyone has any more question, I can convey that to Karan anytime if you want.
Yes.
And all the other students asking for alternative testing because their IELTS is somehow being delayed. They're getting dates on September, August. LSBU has finally started accepting Oxford International Test as well, which is great. Other than that, we have been offering Duolingo since last year. So whatever support you need, classes, we are actually offering classes in small numbers so that we can keep the safety measure in mind as well. Our teachers are very much hardworking and dedicated. They are giving virtual lessons through WhatsApp, Skype, or whatever it necessary, because we do have students from very far away from the city as well. So keeping all that in mind, hopefully with LSBU, this is going to be another crazy and successful session. Karan, brace yourself, because we are all ready. Inshallah, let's hope. Okay, so if you have any more questions, I will leave our number, our contact details, which pretty much everyone know already, but still, we will leave it in the comment section. And whatever you need, WhatsApp us, email us, come visit. We're just pretty near in the center of Sylhet city, Noashar of Sylhet, and you can call us anytime. And we are very much available for you to give as much of service as you need. Other than that, we will finish the live session in here. So thank you very much. All right, thanks for the time, Karan. Hoping for another productive session with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Always a pleasure working with you.
Have a good evening to the rest of good night as well, Karan.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Okay, that was the end of the live session. If you have any more questions regarding London South Bank University, regarding study in the United Kingdom, whether it's about choosing the correct subjects for you, what are the scholarship opportunities, how can you prepare yourself for the precast interview, which is one of the major factor you need to be ready, and our precast interview training, it runs on full swing. We try our best to give as much support as possible, let it be for PCI or home office interview, whatever it is, we are here to help you out. So thank you very much. Whatever you need, just visit our office anytime other than Fridays. Thank you very much. This is 𝗻𝗫𝗍𝗍, the CEO and founder of Skylark International, signing off. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Allah Hafiz. Have a good evening and good night.